All right, now we're rolling.
All right. Women should not drink alcohol in pregnancies during pregnancy.
They shouldn't drink
Because.
pregnancy?
What?
They shouldn't drink pregnancy?
What'd I say?
They shouldn't drink alcohol or pregnancy.
No, they shouldn't drink while being pregnant. Because. No, because they got because as two separate words. It's because you say cause differently when it's not because. Unless we're saying because wrong.
We probably are, because if you think about it, it probably came from English, and we just changed things that were English.
No, there'd be like 6 extra E's.
And we just dropped them off because.
I can't think of a single word that had extra E's now, but I know that's what the problem was. Or was it Y's? Or B's? I don't care. Hi, welcome to Rum Runnas Podcast.
Welcome, yes, to the first ever episode of Rum Runnas Podcast. We probably shouldn't just look at the camera, because then we're going to project that way, and the microphone's right here.
That's going to be weirder when we're making a video and not looking at it, Jared. That's Jared. He's from Puerto Rico.
I'm not from Puerto Rico. I'm from the coastal... Is that what it is? Coastal?
East
US?
Coast? We're in the East Coast.
East Coast. Yes, I'm from
I'm from the East Coast. You're from the middle of the East Coast.
It's still
You're the Middle East Coast.
I'm the Middle East Coast. Yes, the Middle East Coast. This place is the bomb. Yes.
You're like... Alright, so here's all of the great state of New Jersey, and then the state you're in.
You just mean the state of New Jersey.
The great state. Did people say it differently other places?
Yes, everywhere actually. Most people usually refer to it as that place, New Jersey. They don't even say that state.
We need to make an intro. Like an actual intro.
We probably
This
should.
is fine.
I mean, this will work for now because it's the first one, but I mean...
But we need like one of those like... Whoop, 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 whoop. We're going to drink rum today.
Yes, we are going to drink rum. We're drinking private stock today. It's not sponsored by Captain Morgan, but it could be, so...
You just said we're drinking private stock. Like private stock is a company, but like that's just the name of like... Every alcohol company adds to stuff.
Okay, true. We're drinking private stock today.
You just did the same thing.
I just stopped it. I stopped without going further into it.
Don't cut that.
Don't cut it. I've already cut it. I poured the soda first.
What? That's not what I meant.
Oh, you meant cut the video.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Keep that.
I thought you meant cut the alcohol content stuff. Why can't you get that?
I don't know.
Stick it in the hole. Thank you.
That's what your mom said. Jared's mom don't watch this.
My mom will watch this, and this is going to be just another awkward situation. So I guess cheers to start the first ever Rum Runnas Podcast.
Rum Runnas Podcast.
Rum Runnas.
I didn't drink any.
I
just breathed the air in.
See, now it's gonna make me look bad because I like hyped up your drinking abilities in the second part.
No, I just made the mistake of breathe. You don't breathe in alcohol.
I mean, you did kind of make up for it because you did take a significantly bigger sip than I did, so that'll work.
And I'm pretty sure I poured more into it.
Probably
Because I have to figure out how to get home tonight because I didn't bring my car.
That is true. That's what Uber's for. Drink responsibly.
I'm not calling in Uber. I don't have any dollars. You're my Uber.
That is true. That is true. So I can't get too hammered. But yeah. So this is the first ever Rum Runnas Podcast. I am Jared. I've been in multiple videos where I've said that exact phrase. This is Kyle. He's been in one other video where he has said the phrase that is probably now going to be his catchphrase, which is...
I drink alcohol.
That could be your new catchphrase.
I'm just
but
gonna
you
say
don't.
everything that you don't want me to say because I'm difficult.
That actually should be his catchphrase. I'm difficult is the 2 words that would sum you up best.
If I was a 2 Chainz song, I'd be I'm difficult.
Yeah, I'm difficult. yeah, I'd agree with that.
The camera's not gonna know what to do when I turn pink.
When you turn pink? Like when you start drinking
inevitably,
more
yeah.
And your skin just starts changing pigments?
Chameleon style.
I haven't drank since my skin grew back. And I'm not going to clarify as to what that is. That'll be for a later podcast. But since my skin grew back, I haven't drank really. So I don't know.
You talk about that?
I could probably talk about that.
Isn't there like legal things?
I'll clear it up with the lawyers before we get into specifics.
You don't have a lawyer.
I do have a lawyer.
I just covered my mouth and it just goes towards the...
It's going towards that. You gotta remember it's this way. But then lip readers can tell. But then this way, everyone with ears can tell. Sorry, everyone.
We're already off track and we don't really have a big one.
Yeah. We don't have a big one. As in we don't have... We don't have a lot planned.
We started this as a train with no track.
Yeah, we did. It's gonna go swimmingly. I feel.
I demanded that you make a list of things because
There's a list.
not today. Not make
right
it
before
today.
turning the camera on.
Yeah, that was the part.
Yeah, I probably should have done that. But I knew.
People are gonna be like,
things.
"Oh no, Kyle doesn't ever do anything except show up in videos and then be ignorant." But the problem is, I have a job.
He does have a job. I also have a job. I just don't currently do that job.
I do my job.
This is my main focus.
All the days.
I think I even stated it in the one video. I said that it's going to be harder for you to leave your job because you have the 4 kids. You have a lot more expenses than I do. It's just me and Emma.
Yeah.
I think I stated that in the last video.
Yeah. This video should be sponsored by Squarespace.
It should be sponsored by Squarespace, but it's not.
Squarespace.com, where you can build stuff that I don't know what it is for because nobody gave me a list to sponsor us.
Because we don't have any sponsors. That's why. There's no list for sponsors.
It's weird to be upset about that in episode number 1 of
Right?
Rum Runnas Podcast with the title of
It's sponsored by
I Draw
us.
Pictures. That's the title. Write that down.
It's not gonna be the title, but yeah. So that's who we are. Yeah, I mean, it's already been stated what we do here. People know that I'm the film side of things, you're the art side of things. People already know that. If they've seen the other videos, if you haven't seen the other videos, links will be in the description down below for the people that are watching on the YouTubes and people that are listening. Go to YouTube and search Rum Runnas. That's RUM space RUNNAS.
And he's going to have to put it right here because I pointed and I've always wanted to do that.
I hope that you're pointing in the right direction because it actually gets weird because film flips.
Maybe it's this way.
Maybe it might be that way. So I'll put like a tag
Right on
or
my
two.
face.
Yeah, I'll throw one up onto the screen for the YouTube people. But the people that are just listening in podcast version.
Yeah, once we figure that out.
Just search on YouTube, look for Rum Runnas. So like I said, RUM space RUNNAS. Never do the ER. That is not
When
us.
we figure out which podcast radio things, we'll put that in there too.
I kind of feel like we're like I feel like from a podcast standpoint, like SoundCloud might be the easiest to like start from.
I feel like iTunes is because everybody has iTunes.
But what about the Android people? Should we do both?
Android's peoples have iTunes.
Do they?
Everybody has iTunes.
Not everybody has
iTunes is a thing now that's just a thing.
It just exists in the ether aside from Apple.
Yes?
I just think it'd be weird to run iTunes on an Android.
Isn't that just like those things where like a company owns this thing and then everybody just uses this thing and pays that company it, even when they're rivals and they're like, I don't want to use that thing you have,
Kinda like
but
how
you have a patent, so I have to.
Like how Apple uses Samsung screens or like whatever the hell it is, like their glass.
Yeah, and like
Something
doesn't like Ford have to pay like Chevy to use some little tiny part that keeps the car from blowing up?
Probably. I love how we're saying this like we're experts and we actually know. We're not experts in any...
I'm an expert on some things.
He is, but we're not going to talk about those in this podcast because that's just going to completely take it off the rails. So...
Pirates do the things that I talked about, and those things are murder, and I like those things. I don't like murder.
When you say it that way... It invokes the image that you're just like, I'm super into the act of murder. No, you're not. Let's specify that. Clarify that. That's clarify.
I like
that's
the
what
psychology behind what causes people to commit violent crimes. Because it's not always murder. I'm interested in all true crimes.
Yeah, you're just a true crime fan. Is basically what it is. You listen to podcasts about true crime and you watch documentaries and
Read books about true
read
crime
books
and
audio
look on the
books.
internet about true crime. And
Which Audible.com can also become a sponsor at some point.
this is too many now? It's already too many, and we don't have any, and there's too many, so no more of those.
Okay, we won't do any more.
Hello, Fresh. Probably gonna have to take those out before someone sues us. No,
I mean,
they're still getting free
I
advertising.
mean,
for
it's
now.
still free advertising to the maybe 100 people that might hear it.
Free advertising until they give us money.
Just remember that.
give us money.
Legal departments. All right, so what?
So I introduced me. I'm Kyle. No, I introduced you. You're Jared.
I introduced you. You're Kyle, and then I introduced us slightly further. So I mean, if you want to know where we stand,
In 1988,
No,
I was just a mistake.
We're not getting back into that. We're not getting back into that. If you want to know where we stand, company-wise, what we actually are, we're co-heads of the company. I'm technically considered the creative director because I handle the film side, and you're considered the artistic director because you handle all of the art portion of it.
Sounds like you just said the
to
same
direct.
word two different ways.
I did, kind of. But I needed our job titles to be different because it's two different heads. We're like a Hydra.
Hydras have 8 heads.
Hydras start with one head, and then it gets cut off, and then it splits into two.
Have you seen Disney's Hercules?
Yes, it started with one head, and then he cut it off, and he was like, "Oh man,
Whatever. Basilisks are coolest. They're way cooler.
Because
Way more cooler.
what is the plural of basilisks? Is it basilisks?
I only think there's one, so I don't know.
No, I think there's probably more.
I think there's just one. Like all Greek monsters, there's just one.
no, because
Except harpies.
the Gorgons.
Harpies is the only one that's
Medusa
one.
was a Gorgon, and she had sisters, and they were also Gorgons. Would they be Gorgonites?
No, those are little action figures. You're just trying to swagway into movies. Swagway.
Swagway. So, I mean, first thing we should probably talk about, because I kind of glossed over this in the behind the scenes, is
You're just gonna start trying to check out these.
check out the merch here.
We've got
They're branded.
400 cups.
We have a lot of cups. So
I need to talk louder. I don't know.
You don't need
Maybe
to,
I do.
You don't need to talk about it. It'll be fine. I can fix
It's
it.
closer to me. I think you did that on purpose
I
because
can-
you know I kind of drift.
You do. You kind of
Up
your
and
voice,
down.
Your voice starts here, and then it just drifts off. And you kind of get into this low kind of mellow, and then you yell about something.
We're also gonna make ASMR
We're not gonna do ASMR. We're not gonna do ASMR. I hate ASMR videos. But a lot of people have been asking why the heck we're called Rum Runnas, and I kind of glossed over it in the behind the scenes video.
So it all started in 1988. I was a mistake.
Nope.
My mother waited to happen.
Nope. So basically, when we first met, we were first hanging out. We decided that we didn't like working for people anymore, and we were just gonna become pirates. And we were
I was just fine. I liked our manager.
No, this was even earlier. This was before I hated our manager. This is when I still liked our manager. This was still in the days of Mike. And we're not going to give any more names than that because, one, I don't remember any other, and two, you don't put people on blast like that anymore than just a first name.
Mike was awesome.
Mike was awesome, and these were during the days of Mike.
Enjoy
Things like this.
things like this
At work, quite frequently.
at work. As long as
Allegedly.
he doesn't remember who we are, that's okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was... It is what it is, but...
Living the dream.
Living the dream,
I'm
Mike.
gonna give as many clues as I can.
That's... if he's one of the 100 people that are gonna see/hear this,
He's too old for
Just in case.
Facebook or internets.
he probably is. But no, I mean these were during the days of Mike. We talked about
Days of Mike is the name of this episode.
the days of Mike. Yes, during the days of
There's
Mike.
gonna be a lot of talks about the days of Mike. The days of Dave was a whole another thing.
Whole other thing. That was a whole nother time in our life.
He didn't drink.
No, he did not.
He got mad at me for making a joke about that once.
Really?
Yeah, because he really didn't drink.
That kind of seems ridiculous.
Also, I suggested we
He
have
was a-
alcohol at work that day.
He was a grown adult. He should have been a little bit more fine with it. But I just liked everything about him. So I mean,
Called avoiding alcoholism.
it is what it is.
Again,
But-
I love you, Dave.
Okay.
That wasn't meant to be mean.
He does. I don't. But yeah, so this was during the time of Mike. I mean, during the days of Mike. And we talked about, quitting our jobs, becoming pirates, stealing or starting off with a paddle boat, and progressively stealing better and bigger and faster
I
boats.
still remember it just going from we're gonna steal a yacht right away.
See, and I pointed,
Just like the great serial killer who is known as...
Nope. Not going off on the tangent.
But he stole 2 yachts. And this was in the 1800s, which was fucking kind of cool. And he stole Henry Taft's gun.
I'm not gonna ask any more questions. I am interested, but we'll do it off air. Off camera.
He thinks that my knowledge is useless.
It's very interesting knowledge. But I would like to hear more about it off camera.
You're just trying to keep it PG. It's not like I'm talking about the ones. Well, not PG. You're just trying to keep it like don't have YouTube shut us down because you just described the situation that is so extreme that we need a content warning.
Exactly.
He's not that bad. Well, he is.
I don't want to get age-gated. Let's stop right here.
Is that what happened to H.H. Holmes? America's first serial killer?
Let's not get sidetracked. We're getting super I'm trying to keep on the rails a little bit. But yeah, no. So
yeah, we made jokes about becoming pirates.
I pointed out the logistics that we would need to start smaller because stealing a yacht would be difficult most likely. So we said we'd just steal better boats and then we'd get a yacht. So we'd have a big boat and we would what is it? Board? Like we would like is that
I don't know, pirate stuff.
We would pirate from cruise ships, but we wouldn't pirate. But we wouldn't take any money.
There's gonna be ropes and bandanas and vests.
Of course.
With ripped shorts.
Yeah. And we would just need to do crunches all the time so it'd be ripped underneath.
No, pirates are not ripped. I have the body of Shmi. I would have been Shmi, and at that time I couldn't grow a beard. I don't think he had one in the movie.
He had mutton chops, I think.
Yeah, I can't grow those either. I have just normal people sideburns.
Okay, so yeah, we would have been a crew of Shmis. Just a bunch of Shmis. And we were just going to steal alcohol. And then we were going to take the alcohol back on our yacht. And it was going to be called the SS Party.
We were going to be a party boat. We were going to get rich, and we were only going to resupply our boat with stolen alcohol from other party boats.
Yep. And we were going to call ourselves the Rum Runnas. And that's how the name started. And it stuck. So when we made this
If you're going to tell the story, you got to say it right.
Okay, sorry. Okay, should we do like a countdown, like a 3, 2, 1 where we say it at the same time?
We never did before.
Okay, ready?
Are we going to do the thing?
So we would call it...
The whole thing?
Oh my god. I don't remember the beginning.
No, I don't know. We only need to do the end anyway.
Okay, so... this is going to be really weird because I'm going to have to go offhand so that the camera can see. Ready?
We're going to hit each other.
We're going to go underneath. I'll go underneath, you go over top.
It's not the first time I've hit you.
It isn't.
Rum Runnas! We were children at this time.
Yeah, we were very young. I mean, we weren't like super young.
I was.
But mentally we were.
You're old. I was young. I was barely 21. When we met, I was only 21.
It was 8 years ago, right?
It's 2009.
Really? I thought it was only 8 years.
It's 2009 when we met. I like literally had a baby, quit my part-time job at the defunct Blockbuster, and then, well, I was still at Blockbuster when I started H.H. Gray. I quit. Can we say all these names?
I don't know. Blockbuster doesn't exist anymore, so it's fine.
Neither does the H.H. Gregg we worked at.
Neither does it. They're both things. That's how.
But H.H. Gregg as a company, I think, is still around, or at least
no. They declared bankruptcy. I think they're done.
This isn't the time of 2008 when bankruptcy just meant the government gave you a bailout.
Exactly. Yeah, they're done. Their business model doesn't work anymore. But that's how we met. We met at H.H. Gregg. We met selling TVs.
I was on a thing that was actually a part of the story. Now I forgot. Oh, it's just about how old we were. Yeah, but it was all in that time, and I just had a baby for the first time, and I was 21. I was 2001.
And I was in a relationship and happy and didn't have a baby.
Yet. That's unnecessary.
That wasn't necessary.
We just created depth.
We did.
But we already said what happened in the end, so we made this intriguing thing where people are like, we have the answer, though.
Yeah. We know what's gonna happen. Why are you giving us the suspense for no reason?
Suspense about this thing that you know. It's just like an M. Night Shyamalan movie where you already know what happens at the end. Because you watched it that one time and you went, that was cool, and then it never was again.
I mean, that was a good segue.
I keep throwing them in.
You do. You just keep throwing them in.
We're going to talk about movies.
We're going to talk about movies. That's due to the fact that...
none of them are good.
That's what he's going to talk about. I'm not going to talk about that. I enjoy movies.
Quentin Tarantino put me in a movie.
Quentin Tarantino put us both in a movie.
No, don't put him in a movie.
No, I would love to be in a Quentin Tarantino movie.
Alright, if we do that, can he be Samuel L. Jackson in a movie, and I'll be Robert De Niro, except we won't be them? Well, I just want to be in Jackie Brown. That's like my favorite Quentin Tarantino movie.
Okay.
And Robert De Niro was amazing in that movie.
I was like, I love how you're like, I want to be a Jackie Brown, but I want to particularly be Robert De Niro, and I want you to be Samuel L. Jackson.
Well, they were buddies.
They were buddies.
Until Robert De Niro killed Samuel L. Jackson's girlfriend. And then Samuel L. Jackson killed.
Spoilers. Spoilers.
This movie was in like 1995 or whatever.
If you haven't seen Jackie
I watched it as a small child.
I know. If you haven't seen that movie, fix your life.
Nobody's gonna
watch that movie.
If you haven't seen that movie, and it's because you're too not smart enough to watch Quentin Tarantino movies, and you won't be able to like sit through it anyway.
Quentin. I wouldn't say he's an acquired taste, but some of his movies.
No, you need to be able to like be smart. You can't be like, oh, I only want a movie that's gonna satisfy me in 30 seconds. It's like, no, there's gonna be like 5 hours of dialogue, and then something extremely brutal is gonna happen, and then they're just gonna talk about that.
That is kind of his forte. I mean, I love.
No, the real Quentin Tarantino forte is the thing where you're like watching it and you're like, cool, so this is present. No, that was the past. Okay, now this is present. No, this is the future. When's the present start?
The present doesn't start until after the second.
No, it turns out the very first scene in the movie was present.
That was the present, which was the end.
But it wasn't the actual end because the end fulfills after that still.
True, but it's shown.
Nobody knows Quentin Tarantino's timelines.
He is a master of confusing and convoluted timelines. I mean, like me, my personal favorite Quentin Tarantino movies is I love.
If you say Kill Bill.
No, Reservoir Dogs.
Okay.
I love Reservoir Dogs.
All right, Mr. Pink. Who was Mr. Pink? Because I'm probably more Mr. Pink.
I was Steve Buscemi.
Yeah, that was me. Never mind. Because I was the one that used to argue with people that you shouldn't tip people.
Yes, that is.
I tip people now, but it took being an adult to do that. When I was a child, I had that same argument.
Yeah.
If you haven't seen Reservoir Dogs, there's a great argument about tipping people. And you should watch it.
Watch it. Like that's definitely a fix your life and watch it. Like you have to see Reservoir.
That's definitely a movie with a weird fucked up timeline because you don't know when it's happening because that seems like in the middle.
And that's
before everything that's supposed to happen.
And the first scene is the end, but not the end. It's the beginning of the end.
And 90% of that movie is talking, except for the very first scene when everybody's bleeding. When everyone's like, bleeding. What's happening?
Yeah. And then of course my personal favorite scene, which is Mr. Blonde and cutting off the ear.
We've literally given nothing about this movie.
I mean, yeah. People know that someone named Mr. Pink.
If you've seen the movie, you know what we're talking about. But if you haven't, this movie...
Yeah, exactly.
This is just gibberish to everybody else.
Yeah, exactly. But I mean, if you're watching an entertainment company's YouTube or listening to a podcast about an entertainment company, you're probably going to like movies. So I'm going to assume most of the people have seen Reservoir Dogs.
I feel like that's not true. Just because you like a YouTube channel that is making funny videos does not mean that you like movies.
But I mean, we're technically...
I mostly just watch YouTube videos now, and I hate most movies.
That is true.
Except for literally just Quentin Tarantino and Coen Brothers, except for Barton Fink, because I just couldn't figure out what was happening.
Is this a pull cork or like a screw off?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's why I had such a hard time putting it back.
So you were trying to screw it?
No, because I was just smashing it in, and it was too fat for that little hole.
Is that too much rum?
No. For you, yes.
Oh, I love how you put that after I start pouring. For you, yes.
I don't know where I filled mine to. It wasn't that much.
It wasn't this much?
No, I didn't fill up to Rum Runners.
I thought that the underlining would be like a nice little thing.
No, I didn't fill it that far. That's gonna just taste like rum. But this is like, what's the point of the Coke? You brought the Coke.
Stop rubbing yourself.
Can't help it.
This is where I'm gonna pick up from.
This is what drinking does to me.
This is exactly.
You know that.
Yeah. But let's stay on topic with movies because I feel like drinking, like literally just drinking.
What's your favorite movie?
What's my favorite movie?
Yeah, so I can tell you it's bad.
I know you're gonna tell me it's bad because my favorite movie to just sit down and watch is Boondock Saints, which I know you hate.
I hate it. I liked it when I bought. So when we first met, so he just did that to get into this, I think.
But that is my favorite movie.
What about the second one?
No, that's not my favorite movie anymore.
Good, because I was gonna say we're not friends anymore if you like that one at all.
I mean, it made me laugh.
Don't.
It made me laugh.
Don't. No, it just filled me with disappointment and regret.
It made me laugh.
It made me full of disappointment and regret.
There's funny.
I waited. Oh my god.
Inconspicuous. I don't like words with spick in the middle of it. That's hilarious.
How many years did I wait for that movie to just be upset by it?
Oh, years, many years.
So he likes Boondock Saints.
Yes.
Shut your face.
You shut your face. Shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth.
Shut your fucking mouth. Shut your fucking mouth.
I'll put my dick in it.
In your mouth. And that's how I broke Kyle.
I don't put my dick in my own mouth. Back to movies.
Okay,
He likes bad ones.
It's not that I like bad ones.
Oh yeah, that's right. We were talking about Boondock Saints.
We're talking about Boondock Saints. We're talking about Boondock
And
Saints.
the day that we first met,
Yes.
you do this story because it's funny when you do it, and then I ruin it
Okay,
for you.
so the reason why he enjoys
Because you get all excited, and then I ruin it.
We went to training very far away from where our store was. It was like an hour and a half away. That's far.
Yeah, we live in a state that's like 900 million miles wide.
Okay, true. All right, so
It's like the third largest state in the country.
So we went to train near Philadelphia, which is like around an hour and a half, 2 hours away, and people have already heard that.
We know where we are.
Yeah, people already know.
Of course, we know where we are.
We know where we are currently. But we went to train like around Philadelphia. We were there. It was the first day of training, and I didn't know.
It wasn't the first day. I didn't talk to anybody that day.
Okay, so it was like the second day of training because it was
like day 4.
It was. We did.
I literally avoided everyone. I think the only person I talked to at first was that one lady who we were friends with. Who I don't know if we're supposed to say names. Although we've dropped all our bosses' names.
We've dropped bosses' names.
But that's different because she would be mad. She was the only person I talked to at a point.
Is she still cool with us right now?
Me? It was because of Batman. Batman did it. It was Batman.
Okay, cool.
And we agree on who Batman is.
Yes.
There's only one Batman.
There's only one Batman.
She was in the same boat as me.
Okay.
Until we watched the new Batman movies, and I was like, those are gay, and they're in...
Yeah.
I was with her and this other dude that we worked with also. I'm going to keep referring to this way.
Yeah.
And you weren't there. But we all went together as a group, and I came out, and I was like, I didn't really like that, and they told me to go fuck myself. And I was like, this is just how I am with movies. And also...
Yeah.
Christian Bale's not Batman. I don't care.
Christian Bale isn't Batman.
I don't care.
No, I will agree. I will agree with that 100%.
Michael Keaton's Batman.
Michael Keaton is Batman.
It's only Batman. Maybe I'll give it to Adam West, but that was Batman if Batman was almost a porno.
No, what?
It was so campy.
I mean,
all he needed to do was get naked, and it would have.
I mean, yeah.
It was.
With the amount of overacting and like ridiculous stuff that happened, I can give it to you that way.
It was.
But yeah,
it was one step. away.
I would not.
It was one step away. It's a different director.
It's Michael Keaton, and then, honestly, and you're gonna completely disagree with me. Ben Affleck is a very good Batman.
I literally just won't see that movie.
I know you won't. And
for me, Ben Affleck will always be great in 2 movies: Mallrats. Oh, I have 2 favorite directors. Mallrats.
There you go. We've found something else.
That one movie where there's monsters, and it was terrible, but it's technically, I think, his first blockbuster movie. What was that called?
Phantom's Yell?
That one. Phantom's Yell? I don't think that's the name of it. That's like a Japanese anime.
It was just... I'm just quoting Jay. Affleck, you were the bomb in Phantom's Yell.
Okay.
Yeah, that's why.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I said it that way.
But yeah, yeah. Mallrats is like the best Ben Affleck movie of all time because he likes to take women into the bag. He likes to take women and do things in a very uncomfortable way, like in the back of a Volkswagen.
In 2018 would not be very approved of. He was a dick character back then. He'd be a super dick character by today's standards.
He would be a dick and like un-PC, but he technically did get permission. So, the act that he performed is more accepted now than it was in like 1993 or whatever.
He's better than...
I'm going to keep saying dates, and I don't know when these movies came out. Just so you know,
he's terrible with dates.
As far as like actual 90s movies, the only one that I remember actually the date for is 1993, is the year that both Free Willy and that dolphin movie...
Flipper? I was the first movie, and then I was like, "That's a video game."
Those were like the first movies I saw in movie theaters, which is a fun game. If you know people that are like 10 years older than you, most people see their first movie around like 5 to 10 in movie theaters.
I would agree with that. I can't even remember my first movie.
The best game. No, this is great. This, especially if they're like older. I used to do this to dudes in like their 40s because they get all like nostalgic. You play the game of what was the first movie you saw in the movie theaters, and then you watch them get all like, oh man, yeah, oh man,
because it's an experience.
Oh, it was Jaws, and then you look them in the eyes and you go, I wasn't born yet, and it ruins their life in that minute.
Yeah, I can see that.
So okay, back to I was wearing a Boondock Saints hoodie.
Yes.
We don't remember what day it was, but it was not the first one.
It was within that first week of training. I had the only person that I talked to at that point was Silky. We're gonna keep referring to people as
He's
code
okay.
names.
That's cool. We can do nicknames.
We had a lot of nicknames and Biscuit and Batman
and 2 questions.
And yeah.
What was the first part of that?
Oh my god. I can't remember. It was
something 2 questions.
Was it Johnny?
I think we called him Johnny.
I think we called him Johnny 2 questions. Yeah.
He didn't work more than the first day, so
he didn't, and it was a very
after he got his nickname.
Way.
Anyway, we're getting way off topic. This story is important.
So I had only talked to Silky, and he had only talked.
We were in different groups. That's
we're completely.
But we were in the
groups.
same bus.
So yeah, but we were on the same van. It was a van. It wasn't a bus. It was a van.
No, it was a bus. They're vans, but at that point it becomes a bus when like 40 people are in it.
When you're cramming people into it. Okay, it was a bus van. So we were on the same one. We were waiting for the bus van to get to us. And I remember talking to my at the time girlfriend, and she was like, "You need to talk to more people." So I took the chance, and I was like, "Oh, he's wearing a Boondock Saints shirt. We have something to talk about. Maybe this will be a genuine human interaction. I'll take her advice." So I walked over and I was like, "Yo, Boondock Saints, sick hoodie. I love that movie." And his reaction was,
"Kind of sucked."
To which I responded with, "Oh."
And then I walked away.
And I then walked away, and I went, "He's an asshole, and I'm never taking her advice again." So that's how we first met.
He didn't know. I've seen that movie like 500 times.
Mm-hmm.
And I also worked for Blockbuster because I said that. So that's too late. That already happened.
Yeah, that already happened. I mean,
and I watched like 1,000,000 movies a day at that time because free movies is whatever. I watched movies every day. And I hated every movie I watched. Even if I liked it.
I just hate this.
Like, I would literally be like, I'm not the person to watch movies with. I'll watch a movie, and I'll like the movie, and then I will immediately tell you everything that's wrong with the movie. And I won't say nice things about it.
It's true.
And it doesn't matter if I liked it or not. I'll be like, well, yeah, but why did that person do that? And then everybody's all like, suspension of disbelief. I'm like, but I wasn't suspended.
I say suspended.
I wasn't suspended. It distracted me by whatever's bad about that.
Who else says suspension of disbelief other than me?
You're not the first person that said it to me. There's a lot of people who, when you start watching a movie with them, and then immediately go,
they say suspension of disbelief?
Yeah. And you're like, no. When you're watching a movie with someone, and you're just like, why did he leave the door open? And they're like, come on.
That's true, though. That's true. Okay, I will let him explain this, because when he pointed it out to me,
I ruined so many things for people.
Never able to unsee it.
You need to be smart. There's a whole... Alright, so when you're in grade school, you're reading, you're doing your reading assignments, you do all the questions, and at the bottom, what is that last little thing you're supposed to fill out? The critical thinking part? Mm-hmm. Yeah. So apparently nobody learned how to do that part in school, and I do that in everything I do, including movies.
Okay, well...
And it's important to me.
The thing in movies that you point out...
are the things that shouldn't bother me, but do.
Regarding doors, I will let you tell the interwebs so that you can ruin it for everybody that's going to hear this.
I don't think anybody's going to... It's not going to ruin anything.
Well, it's something that you will not be able to unsee.
How many people in their lives just walk into their house and leave their doors open and just continue into their house like that's completely okay to do? Nobody just walks into their house and just leaves the door, whether it's like you're like, oh no, there's a bad guy. Like, no. But even in
every situation.
Just every movie, they walk into their apartment and they just leave the fucking door open.
Nobody closes a door.
Nobody closes doors.
In movies. Nobody closes a door in movies.
There's also why does he have his windows down? It's raining.
That is another one, yes.
That one always bothers me.
Yeah, that is another one. People have their windows. I was watching Hocus Pocus with Emma the other day.
You can't criticize that one.
No, I'm not sacred. That's a sacred movie. Criticizing, but I was
even if you have bad things to say, you're not allowed to say them.
That is like the epitome of nostalgia. But I was watching it because I wanted Emma, because she was like, I want to watch a Halloween movie, and I was like, well,
kids don't like these movies anymore. It's offensive.
She loved it.
Okay.
She loved Hocus Pocus. She wants to watch it every day, and now I'm kind of like, whoa, we need to calm down with the Hocus Pocus. But
you watch this once a year, or else it loses its value.
I'm like, you watch this at Halloween time. That's it. That's where we cut the line. It's Halloween time. This movie is immaculate at Halloween.
This isn't Trolls. You can't watch this every day.
Exactly.
The songs are not as catchy.
This is not Frozen. You can't just only sing "I Put a Spell on You," the remix by Bette Midler, every single day. You can't do that. But no. So we were watching it, and the scene after, spoilers, I guess, if you haven't seen Hocus Pocus, once again, fix your life. But the scene after they turn the lights on and make them think that the sun came up, when he's like, daylight savings time, and then they think that they died, and then they escape, and they're driving away.
Wait a minute, now I have to ruin this again. The witches wouldn't know what that means.
Exactly. Well, no,
he's just saying things,
well,
and they're like, what are words?
He said, there's one thing that I have that you don't. And he said, that's knowledge. And they go, like what? And he goes, daylight savings time. And then that's the cue for Allison outside to turn the lights on the car on. They put little gel things over the headlights to make it look like sunlight, so that the witches thought that the sun rose earlier.
I haven't seen this movie in a long time.
Yeah, you haven't. It's very different when you watch it as an adult, but no. So that's I don't want to ruin it. So, but it's as it goes on, they're driving away, and once again, it's supposed to be taking place in Salem, which, if memory serves me correctly, is in Massachusetts, which is, if memory serves me correctly, also on the East Coast, like us, which at October is kind of
somewhere
cold.
Above the great state of New Jersey.
That place, New Jersey. So once again, they're in Salem, Massachusetts. It's cold because it's October, and
October's weird though.
And they're driving away. It's Halloween. It's trick or treat, so it's close to Halloween, or it's on Halloween in that one because they keep referring to it as All Hallows Eve. So I'm assuming it's on Halloween.
Yeah, but fall is weird. I mean, you don't know with that one.
It's true.
It's different. It's different than if it was snowing or something.
Yeah, but they're driving away. And they're escaping, and he's like, yeah, ha, woo, hoo, hoo. And the witches follow them on their brooms, and she's just like, pull over, where's your driver's permit? Which, once again, they're witches, how do they know about driver's permit? And she reaches in and grabs him, and I'm like, why is his window down? I'm like,
there's bad guys
I was like, there's bad guys chasing you. You know that they're witches, you know that they can fly, and it's also October in Massachusetts.
Wait.
Why is your window down?
Wait. Suspension of disbelief.
Just flip it around on me.
Maybe he was alright. So, but in that situation, there's different situations in which that could be.
That he just didn't think to roll the window up?
No, because I mean, if it's down, it was probably down. But obviously, fall is a month or season in which.
Fall is a month.
Fall is a month in which
it's a thing.
And where we live, it is only a month.
Yeah.
If we get that,
because then
it just goes from summer to winter.
Yeah, right now.
But before that thing that's called climate change happened, when we were younger,
you just pissed off all the Republicans.
So many people.
Oh my God, so many people just went, you know what? I was gonna give your channel a chance.
It's weird. The Earth is still round too.
Oh my God, we're just losing them. Just dropping like flies at this point.
Anyway, before all those things got real bad and fucking Al Gore invented it, don't you remember when you would wake up and it'd be fall and you'd be like, oh man, it's cold as fuck. I'm gonna put on like 10 layers of clothes. And then you get out of school and you'd be like, why the fuck did I bring all this? It's 90 degrees right now.
It's what created like that whole Pennsylvania, New Jersey kind of fashion statement where it was you wear shorts.
Is it the fact that we can play a video game where it's California and we wear coats because we wear coats all year? What are you talking about?
Yeah, we're getting distracted again. Okay, right. It's a climate change. It's a real thing. And we talked about the hoodies with the shorts and everything like that. And we were talking about Hocus Pocus and the fact that
so it's possible. It is possible. Unlikely.
But why would you keep your window open? Why?
I'm just saying that's one word.
Slightly suspended.
It's more reasonable.
It's what it is.
It's more reasonable.
It's slightly
my favorite thing.
Disbelief.
Like, I was a bad person at doing this before because I like to ruin movies for people because that's more fun for me than watching a movie.
You ruined Avatar for me.
That movie is just Pocahontas.
It's Space Pocahontas.
His
exact words were it's Pocahontas in space with blue aliens instead of Native Americans, and it ruined the movie for me. I sit there and I wait for them to start singing Colors of the Wind.
Because it's true.
I would
It's
I
so
would
true.
It's
the most
pay
true thing
money
ever.
to someone for someone who like, you know those people that are like super obsessed with movies and they like learn the language.
You want someone to no. It
to
just
translate
I just want
Colors of the Wind into Navi. I think that's what
No,
the name of the alien language was, and sing it.
don't steal this.
But no. So okay, so we talked about like Hocus Pocus. Like comparatively, we will talk about something that I know a director that he might not be your favorite director,
It's probably not a director I like at all.
but he's worked on films that you love.
Is it Quentin Tarantino?
No,
Is it Coen Brothers?
no. You're still forgetting Kevin Smith.
So my favorite director is Ron Jeremy.
No, but
Are you
No.
saying porn's not film?
I have much respect for the people that subject themselves to entertain. The world. Subject, yes.
Some of those women do it voluntarily.
They
and
still
enjoy
get
it.
paid.
Dude, but you're saying subject, like you're like
Subject.
acting like they're all victims.
Subject.
I am purposefully indicating that some of them are victims
Subject.
because in like the
It's,
70s.
I don't care how much you enjoy having sex, to have sex for hours on end with someone that you have no connection with a bunch of weird people watching you.
I don't think you know some people. There's some things that I would like that. There's other people that like that.
It's
people like
subject.
that. That's a thing people like.
People that subject
I've never
themselves
not
to-
been in that situation. I said that in a weird way on purpose.
with the head. He nodded his head yes.
And no.
Anybody listening?
And I said never not been, which means it sounds like I always am, but I have been in a situation like that, and it's not fun.
But to do it on a daily basis.
They don't. It's not every day. There'd be.
Dude, they're in like 700 movies by the time they're 21, and they start when they're 20.
Yeah, but they do a couple a day,
Yeah.
and then they need to take a break because sometimes.
Yeah, because you're destroying your body.
A Mandingo destroys their body.
We're getting very off track.
This
at
is still
point.
movies.
It's still movies, but we are very
There's still
off
movies
track.
I like to watch. That's not true. I don't watch them. I watch it for what I need, and then I'm done.
Exactly.
You feel bad if you watch it for too long.
Who just
You're
sits
like, that
there
poor
and
woman.
watches porn for an extended period of time.
Maybe.
No one does that.
Maybe.
No one does
Maybe.
that. Psychopaths
Wait.
do that.
Yes.
Who does that?
Well, they use that as an excuse, but no. No. I was gonna say, most people watch it and are like, that was good. And then you feel bad because there's that shame. But there's also that part where you're like, that's too big for anybody to take. And you feel
That's
bad for the violence.
Okay.
But there's definitely dudes that watch that and go, that's not that big.
Yeah, no, we're gonna have to get back on track now. So, what was the last thing that we were talking about? Because porn just distracted me. Oh, now I remember. My favorite movie, probably cinemagraphically, someone that might not be one of your favorite directors, but you like movies that he's done, Sam Raimi.
What do you want me to say?
It's not that I want you to say anything. It's just
I don't know what's happening.
It's
you
just
just listed stuff and then you said Sam Raimi and I'm like, I don't know what that means.
There's a movie by Sam Raimi that is probably
Like he also made shitty Spider-Man movies.
he did make shitty Spider-Man.
Again, every Spider-Man movie is shitty because
No.
Spider-Man's shitty.
I'm not even a big Spider-Man fan
'Cause he's
and
lame.
I still loved Homecoming. So no. But
It was like okay.
it was a good movie.
It was like
But
the worst movie.
once
ever.
again, fun to watch, but that was a completely different thing.
Fun to watch is just the response of someone being ignorant and saying, "I didn't pay attention while watching this movie,
It was
and
fun.
it was okay."
It was fun to watch, and it had a solid story.
No,
But
that's not fun to watch. Like, fun to watch is like when you know a movie doesn't have a purpose, like Shoot 'em Up, and you're like, oh, this movie's
Shoot 'em Up
stupid
is
as
the
fuck,
definition
but
of
it's
fun to watch.
awesome.
Yes, that is only fun to watch.
Homecoming was not fun to watch. It was like,
fun to watch. There was a lot-
this is awkward. It makes
was-
me feel uncomfortable.
No, there was a lot
This
of
is
fun.
like if Judd Apatow got in charge of making a fucking Spider-Man movie.
No, it was not. But
Yeah, because Judd Apatow, you're like,
we're
ha
getting-
ha ha ha.
we're getting sidetracked.
Oh, why
we're
did
getting
I laugh
sidetracked
at
on
that?
Spider-Man. But no, Sam Raimi, probably my favorite. I mean, it's probably not even as much him. He probably does have some input. But now that I know the filmmaking process a little bit more, whoever the director of photography, which let's look it up real quick. Who's the director of photography for this? But The Quick and the Dead is probably one of my favorite movies cinematographically.
Sam Raimi made that movie?
Sam Raimi did make that movie. And that is an amazing movie. Let's see. Who is the... Dante Spinotti. Dante Spinotti. He's the director of photography.
You say that like I know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
You know what? Fuck Dante Spinotti.
I don't know what else he's worked on.
Spinotti.
He's worked on as cinematography. Ant-Man and the Wasp. I liked that movie. Hercules. That was not very good. Chronicles of Narnia. No.
These all sound like bad movies. I've seen some of them.
X-Men: The Last Stand.
Lame.
I mean, you're kind of killing me here.
I didn't see that one.
IMDb, because I really liked this guy's cinematography. Heat. He was director of photography on Heat.
So like he basically in the 90s and the 80s
And
he was like, I make good movies.
Literally back to back, he did The Quick and the Dead and Heat. Cinematographically, those are both two great movies. And I think they were great for the same thing.
Those are good movies.
For the same thing.
But
he also did Hudson Hawk. Hudson Hawk was a pretty good movie.
No, it wasn't.
Hudson Hawk was
What the fuck is wrong with you?
He did Last of the Mohicans.
I think I tried to watch that.
No one,
and I was like,
I don't think anybody's like, Last of the Mohicans is my favorite movie. I don't think anybody can say
There's
that.
like one person who's like, man, Kevin Costner, if I could suck a dick.
Kevin Costner?
Who's in Last of the Mohicans?
Not Daniel Day-Lewis. Not
Daniel Day-Lewis, Kevin Costner, like they were both in Ghost, right?
What? They were both okay. So
did I ever tell you about the time that I saw
a ghost? Because I feel like that's the only natural segue.
Nope,
from where we were just saying.
This is gonna be.
You're just saying two people holding each other on a pottery wheel.
This is
what the
gonna
fuck?
This is like not even close at all. The one time that I chased.
You chase is not even saw. It is now chased. This story is evolving.
Well, it's like a 50.
Take another sip and let's see where it goes.
There's a small chance we were wrong, but we were in New York, and fucking Matt. Oh my god, what the fuck is his name? The dude from Ferris Bueller.
Matthew Broderick?
Matthew Broderick had like a play.
The producers?
I don't know.
I can guarantee you it was the producers.
I don't know.
As someone who was in theater, it was the producers.
Early 2000s.
It was the producers.
Before I met you.
Just continue.
Like
it was the producers.
2007 or 6.
It was the producers.
Or 9. I don't know. 8? 2009. It was 2009.
It was the producers.
It was 2009.
That was, you literally said that was when we met.
It was in the same year, but it was before I met you.
It was the producers.
Anyway, I went to New York with a friend of mine to go to like a comic book store, which I don't know why we thought was going to be more awesome, but it wasn't. It was okay.
It was just New York comic book store.
And it was a big deal. We also went to Red Bank to see Kevin Smith's comic book store, which
I've wanted to go to that for a while.
I've been there.
I've met the comic book men.
Pretty sure we bumped into a porn star, so bringing it back to that. But
I bumped into a porn star.
To this whole story that has nothing to do with your story.
Okay. Yeah.
With me stalking a person that somehow reminds me of both Kevin Costner and that other guy that I mentioned. Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
You mentioned him, I didn't mention him.
I was going to say, I said Daniel Day-Lewis.
There's literally, I don't think I know a movie he's in.
Daniel Day-Lewis is a very famous actor.
Is he Gary Oldman?
No, he's not Gary Oldman.
No, he's not.
Your love of Gary Oldman knows no end.
Gary Oldman is in everything and you don't know he's in it.
He's an amazing actor, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, because he becomes his characters.
He does.
We're like...
So does Jared Leto, though.
So we look and we're like, oh my god.
I love how you ignored that.
Shh. We're like, is that Kevin Kline?
Kevin Kline?
Fuck yeah. And we're like, I'm sorry, In and Out? That's an amazing movie. I don't care what kind of shit I catch for that. That's one of my favorite movies.
I'm just trying to see where you went.
This has nothing to do with anything, but somehow this story has been remembered.
Daniel Day-Lewis. You put them together. Kevin Kline.
Because Tom Selleck, In and Out.
Okay.
They make out in that movie. Anyway, so it has. I don't know.
Okay, that was a very weird.
So we chased him through New York.
Chased him through New York.
Sort of. He didn't know we were chasing him. We're just like, oh my god, it's Kevin Kline and his
You
wife.
secretly stalked a Kevin Kline lookalike through New York.
It was probably Kevin Kline because he was going to Matthew Broderick's play, and I'm pretty sure they're friends.
So you stalked Kevin Kline through New York to Matthew Broderick's production of The Producers.
I didn't say that's the play that was going on. We just know Matthew Broderick was.
I'm 90% sure it was The Producers.
Yes.
90.
This is something that happened.
That is highly illegal. You can't.
Well,
I mean, he is a public figure.
For one, it's not stalking.
Did you take pictures?
No.
You should have taken pictures.
We just tried to confirm by running around following him.
You'd be considered paparazzi if you would have taken
It
pictures.
just turns out New York's got a lot of people, and it was difficult to get close. But it's not stalking.
Anybody from New York can probably agree with that
It
sentiment.
ended there.
Okay.
It's not like we called him on his phone or went to his house. We were just like, oh my
I feel
god.
like we have to look up the definition of stalking.
I'm pretty sure it's not going, oh my god, is that Kevin Kline? And then chasing them to find out.
If that is the definition of stalking.
And we end it with about 75% certainty that was Kevin Kline and his wife.
Wow, then. Okay. I would still just love to see the Webster Dictionary define stalking as, holy shit, is that Kevin Kline? Let's follow him through New York.
We didn't run that fast. I was gonna say we didn't run.
There was still running involved.
There was
running. Like a light jog.
Alright, so it started with, we saw him at a distance. But we're from the great state of New Jersey. When,
New Jersey.
A New York block is not the same to us as it apparently was to Kevin Kline. Because he was able to walk that shit pretty fast.
I don't know. A New York block is closer to a New Jersey block than it is a Pennsylvania block.
I'm from a part of New Jersey that people think is in Pennsylvania. So
that's true.
I had to argue that before while writing down someone's 16-digit license number.
You're still from a part of New Jersey where your entire town is built around and on a highway. So a block.
That's just called New Jersey.
See, in
New Jersey was first there was highways.
A block is like 20 yards.
First there was highways, and then there was New Jersey. That's how that's there. But New Jersey was built around the highways.
The state of New Jersey began.
The great state of New Jersey.
There was highways.
Yeah.
That's what they did. The founder of New Jersey just walked around the highways.
They're way different.
This is where it is.
I don't know what I'm saying anymore.
Yeah, so I mean...
New Jersey is literally the shape of California with 100th of the size.
If it got hit by a shrink ray?
Yeah.
That's basically what it is.
If a supervillain was like, fuck California, that's New Jersey.
Bam, shrink ray. Yeah, it's New Jersey. Yeah, pretty much. Okay. Sam Raimi. Way off. Damn, Sam Raimi and Dante Spinotti, I think his name was. They, in The Quick and the Dead, the cinematography in that movie was amazing. Amazing. It was the best cinematography that I've ever seen.
Wait, are you just talking about the one scene where the dude gets a hole blown in his chest?
No.
And they look through it. That's not great cinematography.
No,
that's look at this gross thing.
No, that's...
And if you want to talk about great gross out movies, you might as well talk about Eli Roth, who's he's okay, but his only forte is hey, how gross can I make this look?
Okay, no.
Which guess what? Sam Raimi is more or less a gross out director. Because I'm going to ignore the fact that he made the Spider-Man trilogy.
Ignore that.
And pretend all he ever made was Evil Dead, The Quick and the Dead, and...
Everything else Evil Dead.
No, because he didn't make the last Evil Dead. He made, that other movie that was basically the Evil Dead. It had Deadites in it, and it was the girl. Drag Me to Hell.
Oh, yeah, Drag Me to Hell.
And that movie was good. I liked that one. That was okay. It wasn't...
So pretty much...
It had hints of Evil Dead... But it didn't. It fell flat. It wasn't great. It was okay. It was better than Spider-Man.
It's because it didn't have Bruce Campbell.
Who's the greatest actor who've ever lived.
I'm not going to disagree with you. I fucking love Bruce Campbell. But no, The Quick and the Dead...
Bruce Campbell needs every Oscar that's ever been.
Yeah, he does. But The Quick and the Dead, what cinematographically is the best for me, and there's one scene in particular. and it is during one of the.
Is it the same where the guy gets the hole blown in?
No, it's not that. Not that.
It's the only one that
actually
sticks with me.
is my least favorite cinematographic scene. It is well done.
That's the best draw scene.
No, my favorite scene.
Wait, is that the one where she kills him?
Yeah, I mean that's the end of the movie. Spoilers, but
yes, that movie was. I was like 4 when I first saw that movie.
But some people don't watch movies and they have terrible taste, so you have to let them know that sometimes things happen.
Okay, but the thing is, I've never met a person who's like,
who's never seen The Quick and the Dead?
No, that I can't wait to go see this old movie. Every time I try and get my wife to watch like an old movie where I'm like, you want to see like a good film?
I bought The Quick and the Dead on Amazon.
Every time I try and get her to watch a movie and I'm like, this is like a classic film, she's like, oh, that's old, and doesn't watch it.
It's because she's not a movie person. People that are movie people.
You're right. She worked at Hollywood Video. Not as good as Blockbuster.
I will agree. I will agree on that. Hollywood Video wasn't as good as Blockbuster.
I will say now.
It's why they went bankrupt first.
I'll say it now. I don't care how corrupt that company was. Bring back Blockbuster.
Bring back Blockbuster? I'm not even going to go there.
Why'd you... Don't point it out.
Nope.
Bring back.
We've been drinking for a while, so I mean,
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster.
Bring back.
Bring it back to the Blockbuster.
Put the pickles back in the popcorn.
Get that?
That's my hashtag.
Put the pickles back in the popcorn.
Bring back.
Hashtag. Let's do that.
Bring back Blockbuster.
Bring back.
It's like a tongue twister when you're like been drinking for a while.
Yeah, it totally is. But no, so I mean, cinemagraphically, the best scene is during
when the old guy shoots Leonardo DiCaprio.
No.
It's his baby.
Yes, that is a very sad scene, but cinemagraphically it's not the best. The best scene is during the fight with I think it's a gunfight with Ace and somebody else.
I don't know.
When it's one of the first gunfights that they really focus on. So Russell Crowe and Sharon Stone both aren't in it, and neither is Gene Hackman or Leonardo DiCaprio.
Crowe's in that movie?
Yes, he is, and he's amazing in that movie. But none of the four
I literally
main
only
gunfighters.
Remember Sharon Stone and Leonardo DiCaprio, and
Gene Hackman. You don't remember Gene Hackman?
I didn't know his name.
He's the bad guy.
Yeah, I know.
He's the bad guy. It's the whole point.
He kills Leonardo DiCaprio.
He does.
Spoilers?
Spoiler. But it's
Spoilers?
so sad. But no, the scene where it does these quick cuts, where it cuts to Russell Crowe looking over. It cuts
You
to
just said
Sharon
he's not
Stone.
in the scene.
It cuts to the clock. It cuts to these tight close-ups of the eyes. It cuts to the tight close-ups of the hands.
Is Russell Crowe the guy that tries to bang Sharon Stone?
No. He doesn't try to
bang somebody.
No, because he's a priest and he was part of Gene Hackman's gang and then he left. He hated the life. He tried to become a priest. Gene Hackman captured him, said he's gonna compete in the tournament, but he's gonna have the crappiest gun out of everybody. And he's still
I vaguely remember it. I don't remember it's him.
We'll watch The Quick in the Head. Quick in the Head. That's a very different movie. It's back to porn again. Oh my god. But we'll watch The Quick and the Dead.
Little known fact.
At some point.
Porn is the reason that Blu-ray
exists. Yes. Because it beat out HD DVD because
also
porn
VHS. And then
DVD and then Blu-ray.
Porn controls the movie industry.
There's a movie that states that. Like
I didn't watch that movie.
That is an exact conversation in a movie where they say that the porn industry dictates what the advancement of technology is.
I didn't know that. I just know that that's true.
It is true. I'm not gonna lie. It's completely true. But no, that is my favorite scene cinemagraphically in any movie.
I mean, like, I like that movie, but I also like that movie in the same way that it brings the same nostalgia as watching, and they're different times, but I saw them for the first time when I was the same age. Back to the Future, so they're, like, related to me, because I was, like, that young, because I think Back to the Future came out before I was alive. So I watched them in, like, the same time frame, because my dad didn't really give a fuck of, this movie's super inappropriate for a child to watch.
I'm assuming that would be The Quick and the Dead?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, there's scenes in Back to the Future.
Back to the Future is super appropriate for anybody of any age.
No, it's not. There's a reference to him fucking his mom.
He didn't fuck his mom. His mom made out with him.
That's It's not okay.
It's not okay. I'm not saying it's okay.
But you're saying anybody of any age can watch this.
Equally grossed out by that concept.
Children should not learn about that.
It's true. Okay. Okay. It is fine for anybody over the age of 13.
Because that's what it's rated.
PG-13. We agree with the national rating system. Anybody over the age of 13 should watch.
I think NC-17 and R where that line get blurred. Because I think boobies are okay, and you should be able to see dick. I feel
like that can be a whole podcast of itself.
Skim over that part.
How much we don't.
I don't even know if you heard that part.
I heard dick and vagina. Yes, I heard it. But I feel like we can probably just delve into our dislike of how things are. How things are rated.
That's fine. Yeah.
I feel like we can delve into that in a completely other podcast. Just how much we dislike how things are rated, because some things make sense.
I just think NC-17 is such a bullshit rating because
it is.
As soon as it comes on DVD, it's like, oh, unrated. We don't give a fuck what it shows. Like what?
Exactly, and that's
also Caligula was only rated R, wasn't it?
Caligula was rated R, I think.
And that was basically a porno.
Let's find out. We have the internet and all information at our fingertips.
I don't want to be Jared and Kyle does the internet.
Caligula. Oh, shit. Unrated.
Well, you can buy an unrated version, but it had to have been rated at some point, or you can't put it in a movie theater.
It just says unrated. Oh. I'm just telling you what IMDb is telling me. That it is an unrated thing. And there was a naked lady right in the first picture on IMDb. She's wearing a toga. And the toga is showing just ass.
I'm pretty sure there's blowjobs in that movie.
There's a lot of things in that movie.
I've never seen that movie. I just know that like one of my favorite actors is in that movie. But like not for a good reason. No. Motherfucking that super old guy.
That super old guy? That doesn't help. Yeah. That doesn't narrow it down.
He has like white hair in every movie, and he's like an awesome bad guy. And he was also in Clockwork Orange, which
Oh, shit! Oh, damn! I kind of know who you're talking about now.
Yeah, let's do that part where everybody is now mad at us for not knowing his name, even though I do know his name, but this is like 4 Coke and Rums in.
I'm only 3, but you saw what my 3 looked like.
Yeah, this is pretty bad.
Anyway,
God. Fuck that guy.
Yeah.
And then we pissed off the world because I said fuck that guy.
Yeah. When you're watching a podcast, you remember everything. But when you're doing a podcast, and you're doing a podcast involving alcohol, you don't remember every actor, every scene, every word that should be perfect. It's very different.
Malcolm McDowell's one of those ones where you should probably remember.
Malcolm McDowell is one of those ones that you should remember.
Especially since I dropped like 3 movies he was in.
Yeah.
And then I was like,
yeah, we should have. I mean, it's a good thing that we have the interwebs to let us know that's who it was.
Let him know this guy that I've seen in like a million movies.
Yes, Malcolm McDowell is a very good actor. He's very, very good. But yeah, let's bring it back. I want to end this at a movie that we can both agree is not only just enjoyable, but also a solid movie.
Shoot 'em up.
Now,
listen.
I'm gonna say no.
Listen, wait. Let me say this first.
I'll let you say it.
Paul Giamatti. Greatest actor of all time.
Okay.
Would you rather be a gun? He didn't even say this in this movie, but you said to him.
Would you rather be a pussy with
a gun, or would you rather be a gun with a pussy in your hand?
Yes. Exactly. He did say that in the movie, though.
No. The guy said it to him, and he responded with, no.
No, he said, would you rather be...
No, Paul Giamatti didn't say it, though.
He said, "Would you?"
His boss said it to him.
the senator said something along the lines of, "Would you rather have a
Would you rather be a pussy with a gun or something?"
And then he said,
Paul Giamatti said, "No,
would you rather be a pussy with a gun in your hand?"
with a pussy in my hand.
Because he corrected him. So yes, he did say that. Basically,
best line in any movie ever.
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing. But no, I'm gonna say one word, and this one word is gonna set you off. And I know you're going to be like, yes, that is a great movie.
It's probably not.
Oh, it totally is.
Is it Quentin Tarantino?
No.
Is it Coen Brothers?
No.
It's probably not.
I don't know who directed this. But an actor that we mentioned is in this movie.
Malcolm McDowell?
No.
Because we didn't mention it.
No. We did now.
Until now.
Now we did. Now
I mean, I did, but it was after the fact of not knowing who he was.
I will say one word, and it will come flooding back. Stuyvesant.
No, there's no way.
Yes.
That's the movie that you were building this all up.
Yes, because honestly, when you when you first told me about that movie, I didn't think I was gonna love it, and I loved it. Every single thing about it, from the overly artistic points of it to the
score that was just amazing.
The amazing score that went throughout the entire thing,
To
and
the
just
confusion
storyline.
of whether he was crazy
or not crazy.
A genius.
Yes, exactly. Every single part of that movie was amazing.
Okay, you're right.
I will let you introduce that movie.
I was gonna disagree with you, but Caveman's Valentine
Yes.
is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
Thank you.
Samuel L. Jackson is amazing, and he's in everything, and you can't.
But
go wrong.
that is a movie that honestly you can't really fault him for. If you have never,
I never said there was a fault with Samuel L. Jackson.
True. But if you have never seen Caveman's Valentine, watch it. That is not even like a fix your life, watch it, kind of like, everybody should have seen this. This is an actual, real, from the bottom of my heart, I feel that if you are really a true movie fan,
Well, you
would enjoy this movie.
It's a film. It's a film.
Here,
it's not a movie. It's
Do you want a little bit more?
No, I'm good. It's a film.
we got to kill it before the end of the filming.
It's a film, not a movie, and
True. It is a film. I'll give you that.
it's one of those movies where, for some reason, nobody knows this movie.
Nobody.
You have to be.
It was on Netflix when you showed it to me.
It was, but that's not how I see it.
It was one of those.
You have to have somebody
down the
introduce
rabbit
you.
hole.
Yeah, you have to have someone else go watch this movie.
Yeah.
There's no one that's ever been like, I'm gonna watch Caveman's Valentine because the title is deceiving.
It totally is. But it's very accurate at the same time. If
Not to give too much away, it's about a man down on his luck. So down on his luck.
Very down on his luck.
That he's homeless as fuck.
Very homeless.
He is an amazing pianist.
Yes.
He's a
Which
genius.
is a funny ass word.
And
I
color yellow will strike fear into you after watching this movie. And colors in general, kinda, because there's different colors that meant different things.
There's green.
Green meant something different.
There's green with he's watching. There's yellow where his gaze is upon you.
It's a super serious movie with these sci-fi elements, but the sci-fi elements are kind of not real. Because it's not a sci-fi movie.
I mean, and that's the whole thing. It captures the schizophrenia perfect.
If you want your mind broken, it's an amazing movie. And yeah, Samuel L. Jackson kills it.
He kills it. He portrays his character. He portrays Caveman so amazingly.
There's heartbreak when he meets his daughter. I can't give too much away.
You don't give too much.
This
is one of those ones that we don't want to give away any spoilers.
There's heartbreak. There's conspiracy. There's it has everything.
It's a good literally.
I thought you were gonna be bullshitting me when you said that.
When I said one word, or I said that one word was gonna bring it all together. And what? It'll
have you yelling Stuyvesant by the end of the movie.
Yes. I mean, Stuyvesant, it's like, just that name and that whole concept it's so powerful that I'm not going to give away too much, but...
you saw what it did to me. I just said almost every movie is garbage.
He literally put his head down.
I just...
Yes, he dipped his head down in respect to Caveman's Valentine with Stuyvesant. But it's such... an amazing concept, everything about it was so well done.
It changed my life. That's a movie that changed my life. Yeah. I had to tell other people about it.
You changed my life when you told me about it.
There's maybe 3 movies that have done that for me. At least one of them, nobody ever sort of cares about. They're like, that was okay.
Which
and I'm
one?
like, what's wrong with you? Low.
Okay,
Low's the one where I'm like, what's wrong? How do you not love this movie?
That's another one. If you have the ability to see a movie called Low.
So you need to find out the director because it's a hard movie to find.
Once again, we have the internet at our fingerprints.
By accident. It was one of my favorite movies of all time. And it was one of those ones where literally everyone's like, that's okay. And I'm like,
Travis Betts.
You're a broken person.
Travis Betts.
Travis Betts.
Watch the movie Low. It's a
L-O.
It's referred to in this is IMDb, a comedy, horror, musical romance.
Yeah.
And I think that captures it perfectly.
It has everything that I've ever wanted in a movie.
Yes. I mean,
which shows the problem with me versus other people. Like, that's like my all-time favorite movie.
Low is amazing.
Almost everyone I show it to is like, okay.
Low I'm probably one of the few people that didn't have that exact thing.
You did. You had that first reaction of it
was weird at first,
and there's so many things happening.
But by the end of it, when the entire story comes together, it was so beautifully done that I was like,
see, that's like the requirement for me. It needs to have everything I've ever wanted in a movie to be good. So, A Caveman's Valentine, very different from Low.
Very different.
Has everything from conspiracy to heartbreak to redemption. To
love.
Every emotion
everything
you need in a movie. And Low has...
even suspense. That was the thing that fucked me up, was the amount of... The barn scene?
Yeah.
That I was so suspenseful.
No idea what's about to happen.
That it was
Is he gonna die? Is he
and
gonna
the
get caught?
score during
What's
that
gonna
part,
happen?
due to the fact that it was his playing and everything, like everything, it was incredible. There was everything that needed.
Low is on that level in a
different
smaller sphere, but it has those things. It's got romance. It's got intrigue. It's got suspense. It has it all.
Music.
I need everything.
Yeah,
for me to like a movie.
It has amazing music.
It has to have this wide variety. And for most people, they're like, that's too many things happening.
And I think that is the difference between us. I mean, the difference between us is that I have the ability to enjoy movies that are a little bit more simplistic, just because I enjoy the act of seeing a movie. Like that is, in my formative years, movies formed who I was as a person. And we can go more in depth into this in the podcast.
For me, it's more like wine.
Yes.
Where I need my movies to hit every
like
taste bud for me. Like, I need to taste it, and it's like, all right, that's sweet, and then it's smoky, and then it's like
a little bit of earthy,
I need
tones,
to hit everything. I need to be like, that's kind of gross right there, and I don't like that, but I want that. Like, I want a movie
because it balances it out a little bit.
My movies need to like work every emotion in my body, or I'm like, that's fine, whatever.
You're like an artistic connoisseur of film.
Yeah.
I'm like a child of film. I was raised
If it makes you laugh,
film.
you're good. But I need it to make me laugh, and then I need to want to punch the screen, and then I need to cry. And then laugh again.
Yeah, like you really enrich yourself with film. I think that would probably be a good way of saying when you watch a film, you watch something, you want it to enrich your being.
And that's why I have to find these movies that nobody watches.
Exactly. Yeah, because those are the movies that do that. Movies that hit on everything, where most people are like, "This is too much.
This is too many
done.
things. I'm overworked now.
I'm in sensory overload at this point." I was done with this movie 30 minutes in. It could have ended there, and I would have been fine.
Well, that's a different topic altogether.
True.
There's so many movies that's like, that was a great movie. Why is there more?
Oh yeah, I'll give you a sneak peek on that one. We Own the Night. That'll be its own thing. But
the whole podcast.
We
Own the Night.
We Own the Night. That's what it's going to be called.
There's at least 2 other movies we could probably throw.
At least 2 or 3. We'll
should have ended.
some
Why
more.
does it still go?
Yeah, but I mean, like, people that can't handle it, and that's where you thrive. You thrive on that whole, let me feel the full palette and aroma of every single movie that I watch, and let me really soak it in, and let me dissect it, and do everything like that. I go, all right, from an emotional standpoint.
You just want one at a time.
I want to feel action, and I want to lose myself in a character and really become that character. I want to laugh, and I fully lose myself in the comedy of it. Like, it pulls me out of deep depressions that I'm in.
It's movies. All at once.
And like, exactly,
I want to be depressed by a movie.
Yeah, you want that all at once. I lose myself in movies where you find yourself in a good movie, and I think that's really the distinction.
If the movie's one note, that's when I start doing all that stuff where I'm like, why did he leave the door open?
Why did he leave the door open? Why did he leave the window open?
He's losing my interest now. I'm going to start looking for stuff that's stupid.
Yeah, exactly. Because at that point, you're like, there's not enough richness to this for me to lose myself in it.
I need to be so confused that I can't focus on the things that are going to bother me.
Exactly. And I'm like, I need to I need to care enough to just say, fuck the world.
Well, I mean,
This
to be
is me.
fair, I cared so much for both the main characters of Low, because there's not that many.
There's not.
Five characters.
There's like 7 characters in the whole movie.
And
the entire
Caveman's
movie.
Valentine, I am so engrossed by Samuel L. Jackson's character that
Samuel L. Jackson's in the movie if you needed another reason to go see it.
it's like he's in every movie, so that's not a
Sure,
reason to go see a movie.
I mean, like, isn't it like part of his contract?
I mean, I talked about
that if you can afford to pay him, he will do the role.
Pretty sure if you just ask him, I'm pretty sure it's just
If he likes the script,
yeah.
if he likes the script and you can afford to pay him, he will do the
I
role.
don't even know if you have to afford to pay him. I'm pretty sure he's just like, that sounds cool.
He's just like, you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
Give me
I
a turkey sandwich every day and a case of beer, and we'll call it even.
I feel like the entire budget of Snakes on a Plane couldn't afford it. And yet they still made that movie. I haven't seen that movie, but
That movie was, if you think about it though, that was the internet at its greatest, because that movie was originally rated PG-13.
that movie invented
And
memes.
the internet said, we want it to be R, throw the word fuck in there more. And the only reason he said, I'm sick and tired of these motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane, was because of the internet.
That movie invented
It was memes. It was
that
memes.
movie invented memes.
It invented memes.
That was a first meme.
Yeah. That entire movie is a meme. And that's what's great about it.
Anyway.
Anyway, yes.
Caveman's Valentine.
Caveman's Valentine and
Low.
Low. 2 movies that we both agree on. For that satisfy my emotional need to connect and lose myself into a movie, and his need to engross himself and fully connect to a movie on levels that most people can't even comprehend. I just made you sound like really fucking fancy.
It's true, because I mean,
It's
if
true, though,
anybody
yeah.
else was like, hey, have you ever seen this movie that's in the theaters right now? And I'm like, that's the worst movie I've ever seen. And they're like, you just said that about the last movie I asked you about. And I'm like, they're the same. And they're like, but one was a comedy and one was a horror movie. And I'm like, yeah, they're both one note. They're the worst movie I've ever seen.
It just continues on with that, which is why the things that we try to create, we try to have a little bit of dichotomy to it. Like, I know you haven't read the Secret Project.
I draw pictures.
I know you draw pictures. Yes, I know you draw pictures, and that is your one note, and you play that very well.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. One-liners are perfect for every movie. Like, I don't even like Army of Darkness, but I'm sorry, but like,
I love Army of Darkness, but I think it's
not an Evil Dead movie. I think it's because it's not an Evil Dead movie.
It's because of the one-liners. That's why I love it. It's so quotable, and there's so many funny, campy. It embraced the campiness. That's why I love it.
It's great, but it can't.
It can't compare.
I can't put it in the trilogy. Like, it's trilogy,
But at the same
it's
point,
not the same.
Evil Dead in general is a weird thing because of the fact that the second one was the first one.
There's a whole right again. We're gonna have to stop because we can put a whole thing on Evil Dead because Cabin in the Woods and then Evil Dead 1 and then there's new production and they have to redo Evil Dead 2 and Evil Dead 2 is a sequel, but it's also
but at the same point it's the same as the first one.
It's a whole thing.
It's a whole fucking thing. But I say this.
So we'll go back to where Sam Raimi is great, but also
Sam Raimi is great, but you hate him because of Spider-Man. I understand. But
anything that's not related to Evil Dead.
I think to end these podcasts, what we're gonna have to do is whatever we have left, we're gonna have to chug them.
I've done that like 5 times.
I know, I'm aware of that. So we will succumb to our alcoholism, I guess, and we will end this podcast saying that if you are going to watch anything, Low and Caveman's Valentine, 2 amazing, very underrated, very not well-known films that will really, if you are truly a fan of film,
they'll change your life.
They will change your life.
Don't be stupid when watching movies. That's really what it is. Don't be stupid.
Don't be an idiot when watching movies. Open your mind up.
It's cool to watch movies like Shoot 'Em Up, where there's no plot and it doesn't make any sense.
Action.
And it's dumb and you follow it and it's funny. But don't fall into that trap. Yeah. Watch a movie that challenges every emotion you have. Be uncomfortable. Be unhappy. Don't like it. It's still a great movie. Yeah. You can hate a movie and realize that it's a great movie because it makes you uncomfortable and feel things you don't like.
Very well said. Very well said. And on that note, This is how we close out Rum Runnas Podcast.
We're gonna tickle each other again?
I feel like we're gonna have to do that.
I think we have to bring that back.
Right after we finish this. Or do you think right before?
I don't know. I think after, because it's gonna be really hard to do it at the same time.
Okay, let's do that. Oh, you ready?
Why do you do that?
It's just the thing. Rum Runnas! Thank you very much for joining us on the Rum Runnas Podcast.
Go fuck yourself. I'm Ron Burgundy.
I am Jared. That is not Ron Burgundy. That is Kyle.
He doesn't know my name.
We've drank a lot so far. We look forward to doing this for you guys many, many times in the future. But for now, peace, deuces. I'll catch you in the next one. And thanks for joining us on the Rum Runners Podcast. You guys have a great night.